Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to assume that you can, in fact, hear me. At least I'm going to hope so. Right, that was, of course, Jingle Jangle, the pretty much signature music for anything Fallout New Vegas regarding my channel. So there you go. Thank you for joining me. I am expecting this to be a little quieter than the Skyrim mod testing. Few less people, so perhaps it'll be a little easier to read the chat, but you never know. Things may busy up. Right, so the plans. Okay, yes, no, apparently I've got a subscribe button now. And yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want, but you are under no pressure to do so, so do not worry. And if you don't, if you've got money is tight, etc., not a problem. You are still more than welcome to be here. It's a nice little addition they've given me, but it is not the reason for doing this. It is not why we are here. We are here to test out some mods and have some fun. Right, so a lot of New Vegas mods actually for me to test. A lot. There's a few of them I really would like to. Wait, I have an OHUD question. When you get going, well, we will discuss that later on. Actually, it's a fairly good thing to discuss as well. But there are plenty of mods that I'd like to test, including things like War Trash, lots of quest mods. But of course, they're not really the sort of mod we can test live, although some of them might be. I mean, for example, the After School Special mod that I did, that might actually be something you could test live. It took about, 3 or 4 hours to do in total, so it could have been a couple of live stream sessions. However, I'm going to be focusing on mods that caught my attention for one reason or another. And I had a quick look. Do you have a beard? Seriously? Are we there again? Really? Good grief. Is it 1080p 60 frames a second today? No, it is not. It is 1080p 30 frames a second. I will be leaving the 60 frames a second for my sort of the games where I'll be doing a lot of movement. I want to maximize the bitrate for quality of image. Because, for example, one of the things I'm going to do tonight is test textures, and that is very hard for you to see on low bitrate. The lower the frame rate I have, the better the quality image. So, there you go. Right. I was looking at the hot files section, and I noticed Yui's Desert Environment Pack, Yui's Cave Retext, Yui's Sun Package for NV, Yui's High Definition Moon and Stars, Yui's Big Texture Pack Ultimate Edition, Yui's Big Horner Retext. Apparently, somebody called Yui has taken over Nexus, at least as far as Fallout New Vegas is concerned. So I had a quick look. He's got 27 mods. Now, I've got a few. I mean, I'm one to talk. I've got a lot. But he's got 27. And they all came out in the last 2 weeks. This man has been a busy beaver. So, and I might add, when you look at the top list, he's got like 11 in the top. I think it's the mods that have been released in the last 14 days. He's got something like 11 of them. I think if you push it to 21 days that have been released in the last 3 weeks, you're probably going to find Yui's got 15, or maybe actually a few less, because some of the other ones, some other bigger name ones have appeared. Anyway, so yeah. One of the things I might look at is Yui's Big Texture Pack Ultimate Edition. Basically, he says it's all of his previous mods in one package. I find that slightly amusing, considering it looks like his first mod was sort of late March. It's like 2 weeks ago. All his previous mods. I'm surprised he's managed to upload texture mods this large in less than 2 weeks. So there you go. Before I do that, I do want to test a mod that people have sort of asked me to test. And hello from New York, come visit. Yeah, I'd love to see New York, actually. But right now, I think we'll be visiting Vegas. So, New Vegas enhanced camera. I'm guessing this is like immersive first person for Skyrim. Are you going to be looking at enhanced camera? Okay. No, absolutely not. We're not looking at enhanced camera. I realize there's a delay on the feed, but it is funny reading comments. So, there you go. We're going to be trying this out. I think it's the same as the immersive first person. There is now some slight head shake due to the camera being. So, install, extract the contents of this archive into your New Vegas data folder. Seems to be fairly reasonable. It doesn't seem to have any special requirements. Therefore, NV Enhanced Camera version 1.2. I've got 2 versions of it. I think I'll use the latest. Now, I downloaded a lot of these mods earlier, precisely because new Nexus was being a little funny. How long is the delay anyway? I'm not totally sure. I think it's sort of like 20 seconds. Do you have a beard? With the beard. Okay. Right. Too many mods. How can you have too many mods? There's no such thing. That's blasphemy. Let's find something. Good Springs Schoolhouse. Right. So. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Well, there is a bit of head bobbing, but it's... Honestly, you know... It's not that bad. It really is not that bad. What's this character called? Jack. This is... You've not seen my Fallout New Vegas Let's Play. Alright. This... is Jack. Jack is a really, really nice person. Really, really nice. Very friendly to everyone. Very gentle kind of person. Alright. So question, is it going to mess with Dynavision? It doesn't look like it is, actually. It looks like Dynavision is going to work reasonably well. Let's... Although I do notice I'm sort of... Oh, I sway. Does that happen in the vanilla game? The swaying. I mean, it's there, it's noticeable. I'm not sure I'd play with it, to be honest. I kind of... Stomach feeling a teeny bit delicate. If you're getting buffering, drop the quality to medium or something. Jack only shoots people in the face if they deserve it. He's a much maligned character, is Jack. Okay. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see your feet, isn't it? What about jumping? Oh, whoa. Hey, I got a shadow. I've got a shadow. I feel like Peter Pan. Oh, right. Okay. So it does, there's no, do you mean no, there is no sway in normal NV, or no, the sway is normal in... Okay, that doesn't look normal. Still. It doesn't seem to mess up the, mind you, I say that, let's have a look at the aim. Let's see how our aim is. Let's get something bright, let's aim at the knock. Yep, slightly below because, of course, the iron sight on this thing is a little higher than the barrel, but...
Cut it out, will you?
Shut up. This guy, you see this guy? Look at him. He's still limping from the battle we had with the powder gangers. He's wearing the armour I got for him, but he's limping still. The body part is kind of nice. Being able to see your body. That is kind of... Can I turn off the head bobbing, though? Is there an MCM on this? It doesn't actually look like it, does it? Try sneak... Oh, good call.
Holding my breath.
Oh, God, it's weird, isn't it? That is weird. Oh, God. I've gone dizzy. Is that because I'm expecting to get dizzy, so... Oh, God, no, I'm actually feeling... I'm feeling nauseous when I do it. I look down at the floor. I'm feeling a bit weird. Okay. That is... Bleh. Alright. Yeah. Try leaning. Oh, right, yeah, I should try... I've got to remember what my leaning keys are. Which keys did I set for leaning? Oh, okay, that's not going to work, is it? No. Oh, so it interferes with the true leaning mod. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? I like the true leaning mod. The true leaning mod is very, very cool. Oh, okay, that's a shame. Oh, I am bobbing, though. Is there any way to turn the bobbing off? I should put a landmine at my feet. Alright, I can get better than that. Weapon. C4 explosive.
That ought to even the odds.
Alright, and then I can... no, I have to... Tell you what I have to do. I have to plant it first. No MCM for the mod. Okay, why are they... No, those are bottle cap mines. I don't want bottle cap mines. I want C4. C4? How do I change to C4? I need to change to... Oh, you know what it is? I don't actually have C4 set up on the hotkey. So... I do lean occasionally. That is... it's not something I do all the time, but I do it occasionally. So I'm looking for the detonator. Alright, apparently the explosions are funny in this, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty horrible. Okay. Still. How about two-handed weapons? Any problems with two-handed weapons? Yeah, no, I mean, I get the concept. What it does is it actually removes the first-person models and it basically sticks you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, not quite, because they've still got the first-person weapon animations. It's still giving you the first-person weapon animations. The reason I know that is because if you look in third person, this weapon, for example, is set like that. This weapon's set like that. So if I wasn't aiming, you wouldn't see the gun. So there you go. When you draw weapons, head bop is off. Oh. The thing is with the head bob, is when you look at distant objects, it's not that bad. It seems to actually work. It's when you look at close objects it looks worse. The head bobbing. I think isn't it still there? Anyway. Does your shadow have a head? Okay, that's a weird question to ask, but there we go. Let's have a look. It would seem so. There you go. I'm looking at what would be the head right now. It's not a very clear shadow, is it? But yeah, my shadow has a head. What an odd thing to ask. Oh dear. So, okay. Interesting. I like it, but unless there's a way to turn the head bobbing off. I don't think I could handle it for long periods of time. I'm guessing there isn't then, because he hasn't mentioned anything on the front. Spawn a Deathclaw and fight. Why would I do that? Does your shadow have a beard? Oh, good grief. Okay. If you find a walking running animation that has less head bob to it, then it should work. Oh, so... Oh, right. So what you actually need to do is get a new animation for running that has no head bobbing. Which makes sense, but is unlikely, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Head bobbing. Well, you go up and down. When you run, your head goes up and down, and that's just called head bobbing. So, they disabled guilds on ESO. What? How can they disable guilds on ESO? I'm sorry, anyway, wrong game. Okay, interesting. I like the idea. But as I said, I really do think that that would be a little difficult to play with. You should try NVEC New Vegas Enhanced Content. I use the bug fix for it, but I don't use the main the files because they add too much content and it's kind of difficult to. There are certain parts of it I want, certain parts of it I don't want, but also I want the more up-to-date versions. So, for example, New Vegas Bounties. The newest version that you can get on Nexus is different to the one that's in NVEC. So there you go. Right. I want to try the texture pack. It's huge, and I'm not completely sure that we'll even see a difference. But I would like to try it. So I got version... Where is this? This is version 1, and then we got version 2 patch. What else I got? Update 1, version 02. Yep. So I need to install that one first. Right. Now this is going to overwrite NMC's texture packs, which I'm going to have to do, obviously. So there we go. This could take a while. Which other ones? Born Again, Book of Flesh. Yep. What do you think? Wasteland Flora Overhaul. That's a dangerous one to overwrite, but I'll try it out. Okay. Update. Can you say Baruch Kazad I menu? No. No. Yes to mod. I use the desert texture. His desert textures are too yellow. Oh, we will find out. We will find out. Which is NMC is much larger. NMC is insanely large. NMC is gigabytes, several. This is sort of like 300 meg, which is big. I mean, it's big, but NMC's is utterly enormous. So my guess is install NMC as the base and then install these over if you want to see them both. Did you get April Fooled yesterday? Not that I'm aware of, no. Everyone thought that my video release for Thief was an April Fool. I'm afraid it was not. Yeah, I'll tell you what I almost did yesterday. When I was uploading the Chapter 5. I was uploading Chapter 5 for... God, that music's loud. I have a new message, that's nice. Chapter 5 for my Skyrim Let's Play, and it was taking its sweet time about it, so I almost live streamed it. Because it didn't look like it was going to get up. Oh, okay. Whoa, that really does... Yes, that looks very different, doesn't it? Immediately. Okay. Something's changed other than the textures, I think. Has something changed other than the textures, or am I just imagining it? does it feel to be a YouTuber? Pretty much the same as it felt not being one. Does everything look a little blurry? You know what it probably is? This is probably not quite as high definition texture as NMC in certain cases, and so some things look a little blurred. Okay. The blue house looks... Okay, now the rocks. Is it me, or do those rocks look exceptionally 3D? Oh, it's probably really, really hard for you guys to see this on the stream. But the one thing I can tell you is I'm getting a massive... Oh, everything looking brighter might be different though. I mean, it's hard to tell because the stream's probably streaming brighter than you'd see in my Let's Plays. These rocks look a lot more 3D. And this is very true of the distant rocks up there. Some things look blocky. Yeah, I'm sort of... I know what you mean. The house, for example, the roof here, that doesn't look good. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I'm not sure I like the textures on the schoolhouse, for example. But the rocks really seem to have a feeling of texture. It's very hard to explain. It's like the bump maps are somehow stronger. So we got sand on everything. Okay, so we've got some yellow sand over here, which... Here's the thing. I'm not a native of this area, so I couldn't tell you whether it was realistic. I can tell you the rocks pop. The LOD looks so much nicer. Oh, that is a good point, whoever said that. The Lucid apps. The distant terrain looks a lot nicer. Oh no, I don't like the look at the shops. Look at the shops. Look at the bricks and the wood. I don't know. I don't like. But the rocks, the rocks and the distant terrain. So can we get the rocks by themselves? The rocks and the distant terrain. Can we get the distant terrain? I should look at all these individual mods. Because I have a feeling some of these I'm not going to like and some of these I'm going to love. I think that's retextured. Which is fine. The sand should be more reddish. He's got a separate rock texture pack. Does that include LOD? Well, I'm not using an EMB. I'm not using an EMB because I've still not managed to get good performance using an EMB with anti-aliasing. I know that sounds absolutely incredible, but to get anti-aliasing on a Fallout New Vegas ENB, I really had to sacrifice performance massively. Alright, I tell you what. Let's uninstall the mod, come back in and see if we can spot, you know, because we've been paying attention now. Let's just see if it was our imagination and the rocks popped anyway. XRE cars. Includes the LOD. Right, I might try NMC and then add the rocks on top. The distant terrain and hardness of rocks affects FPS that much. I don't know. My FPS is fine. I don't have any problems with the FPS on the textures at all. In fact, for me, I can play with textures till doomsday and it doesn't make a single frame rate difference usually. Alright, so this is NMC. Oh yeah, I can use ENBs without any problem. I just can't use ENBs with hardware anti-aliasing. I have to use the EMB's anti-aliasing, and the EMB's anti-aliasing sucks. Right, so for example, I gotta tell you, I much prefer the textures on this house. Now, this is a modded house, so, you know. And the roof looks better. But the rocks, they just look flatter. They just look a little flatter. They look nice. They do look nice. Honestly, I won't be able to tell you any difference in performance between them on my system. My system will not care. I can put textures. The NMC textures I use are the biggest ones. And I've never seen anyone use textures bigger than that. And I don't think it would have any effect. Look at the stores, for example. NMC stores just look nicer. They do. It looks better. But the distant terrain is not. It looks very flat and dull.
Someone finally put down that sick motor runner son of a bitch. Good riddance.
Could be. I mean, it could be other things as well. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you might also prefer this because, let's face it, it's the default look for Fallout New Vegas now. In fact, if I was to uninstall this and show you the vanilla textures, you'd say the colour was all wrong. Because NMC is just how everyone plays now. You might play with some of the Poco Bueno textures as well. You might do that. But, okay, right, so let's look at... This is Yui's textures. Let's have a... So what's he got? He's got cars. Yeah, let's download the cars one. Gatling we don't need. Texture pack we don't want. I'm fine. Caves? How about his caves? You said his rocks were good. But how about his caves? Gopher, do you believe in what Machinima said yesterday? I have no idea what they said yesterday, but it was April the 1st. Okay, the Desert Environment Pack, that's probably not the one I want, is it? You'll be pleased. I didn't want to know that, no. The Lime Cliffs retextures. Rocks for NV Ultimate. Rocks and stuff for old words. Okay, so... He's got a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks. Which one do you do? Rocks for NV Ultimate? Oh, right, no, of course. My bad. Basically, Ultimate has all the others in, doesn't it? It has Old World Blues, Lonesome Road, Honest Hearts, and the New Vegas ones. Of course it does. Right. So that's the rocks textures. Wait a minute. For users of the Willhaven mod. No, thank you. Right. Download with manager. It's probably a large one, though. Is it? No, it could be. Okay. What about Lime Cliffs, then? Lime Cliffs. Because if he's good at rocks, you'd think he was good at the Lime Cliffs as well. Currently, ESO has... Okay, 1K or 2K? I'm thinking 2K. Currently, ESO has no mail and no guilds. How can you not have guilds? Stop talking about ESO. Don't get me dragged in. Don't get me dragged in. Right, so... We've got rocks and limestone. What about the desert? What about the desert pack? What does it do? What does it change? Is it just the sand and the ground? No, I don't think I'm going to like that one. Caves, though. Caves, yeah? If he's good at rocks, it's got to be caves. And what about the cars? I'm interested to see how he did the cars. Let's have a... Let's try the cars out. Let's try the cars out. I believe I've probably crashed... Who cares about ESO? Some people do. I care about it. Right, so we've got the big texture pack. I'm probably not going to like that. Overall, there were some textures I didn't like, so I am just going to remove it for now to save some space. And I've got the rocks for Ultimate have been added. Let's do that. Yes. Can we mix ESO with Fallout? No, you cannot. Lime Cliffs, although my guess is I'm not going to be able to get to the Lime Cliffs to check them, because isn't that where the death claws are? I believe it is. Let's try... When will episode 2 of Skyrim be up? Once I've played it. Not played it yet. So, he was cars. Cars. I want to try that. I'll add the Lime Cliffs. No, I won't. Because I just can't test them. So, let's have a look at that then. The Skyrim series is on a weekly schedule. It's going to be Tuesdays and Fridays. I think, roughly, very roughly, twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, Fallout New Vegas, Mondays and Wednesdays, and occasionally you might get an extra episode of one of them, maybe, very maybe. That's the idea. Okay. Well, the next Fallout game, well, yeah, we're a while off that. When does Fallout New Vegas Let's Play Chapter 1 end and 2 start? I actually don't know. I've just not found a point where it just felt right to take a break. I've just not found a point where I thought, now is the time. Okay, so this is NMC's textures, which, yeah, I like. I like the look of things. I quite like the sand a little, but I generally like the textures, especially the building. But look at the rocks in the background. Little bit of Z fighting there, a little bit, but not much. Oh, they did right. Okay, so this is NMM with Yui's rocks. I'm liking. However, the distant terrain doesn't seem to have changed. Is it me or is the LOD still? Okay. Did it change the LOD? Okay, let's have a look at the car. Oh, good grief. I also changed the cars. He made it ridiculously rusty. My God, he did. It's falling apart. I think I prefer the NMC cars. Go in a cave. Yes, I shall go in a cave. Now, I like the NMC cars. So we're looking for a cave. Alright. Could take a while, actually. I don't remember the last cave I was in. And I do have rather a lot. You know the thing? I usually don't make saves in caves. That might sound strange, but I actually don't. You passed one? I did not. You lied. Really? Did I pass one? You're probably right. Fast travel to cave. There's a cave near Good Springs. We're actually right, yeah. I'm so used to not actually fast travelling that I'm a little weirded out by it when I actually need to. Okay, what we got? We got Good Spring Cemetery. No. Devil's Gullet. Good Spring Cave. I'm guessing that's a cave. I hope there's no dog lovers, because I just... Okay. Now, the one thing I can say about the rocks that might be a problem Let's have a look. They have so much feeling of depth. They may have so much feeling of depth. They make some of the other terrain look too flat. If you look at this, look at that, the rocks. They look really three-dimensional. And it somehow makes this area look flat. It could be an issue, you know. It's strange, but they might be too good to use. It's like you have to use the whole pack. I have to use the desert terrain as well. Maybe I can use the desert terrain as well as the rocks. But just don't use all the other ones. Because, like, I don't want the houses to... Hello? Oh, I've got to enter. Okay. Difficult to tell. I tell you what, I guess I best use some cat eye. Okay, I think I need the light as well. Okay, now. Yes, they do look very sharp. Of course, that could be my imagination. I've got to tell you, I very, very rarely look at the textures in caves. Yeah, okay. No, it's nice. It is nice. It is nice. However, as I'm saying, I think that to use the rocks, I'm going to actually need the desert environment pack as well. I can probably miss a lot of the other things. Did I use the texture pack or did I use the texture pack ultimate? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so... Darker version. Oh, there's two versions. There's a darker version as well. Okay. Is he going to... Right, tell you what, let's do them both. Brightness now over half reduced. There's 3 versions. Let's have a look. The caves look decent. They did. Stop talking about ESO. They're probably right, guys. This is not an ESO video. This is a Fallout New Vegas video. We can talk ESO later. We can carry on streaming and go and check out what's going on. I got to make a video about ESO anyway. So, right, what have we got? ESOs... Sorry, UEs. Why did I say ESOs? Because I'm talking about ESO, that's why. Yes. The Desert Environment Pack is needed if you're using the rocks. Yeah, I really do think so. I really do think so. It just looked off, did it not? Desert Environment Pack 1. Let's check that one out. He's got Skyrim rocks. Actually, I may do that. I may actually check out some texture packs for Skyrim. I was about to start Skyrim. Nah, see? Any luck getting your Fallout 3 to stay? No, I'm not even trying. I'm not even. Whoa. Okay. Look at that. No, I've not even tried, to be honest, because I think it's absolutely foobarred. And I don't think it's the save that's the problem. I think it's the game. I just can't get the game stable after that point. There's nothing wrong with a save that I can see. It's not Skyrim. You've got to remember that Skyrim, with its funny problems, generally Fallout doesn't have. Okay. Number 2. Let's try this one. No, I do not want to talk about that. Right. Let's try again. Message deleted. Right. Okay. Do I have my sunglasses on just in case? Don't want to get blinded again. What? It's... Okay, is there anybody who lives in the Mojave can tell me? Because it's still yellow. It's bright yellow. I mean, the houses look better. I gotta say, the houses do look better. And can I just point out? Can I just point out? The textures on that hill now match the rocks. Forget the colour for a second. Forget the colour. The look and feel of those textures against those rocks just looks right. There's a lot of texture going on. It's just way too yellow for me. I mean, I'm just going to assume it's the wrong color. It looks way too yellow for me. I'm just not liking that at all. Even if that's realistic, I think that's too big a change for me. So let's try number 3. I kind of felt like I was at the beach. It didn't look desolate. It looked kind of happy. If that makes sense. Even if it's realistic, I didn't like it. So, not the texture itself, and not the way it was purely the color. All right, let's have. This is number 3. It's better. It's a lot less bright. It is better. But, and can I just say this? The big texture pack didn't have this amount of sand. Oh, this is a real shame. This is an absolute shame, because I've got to tell you, it looks better with the rocks. Ooh, can I climb there? Right. It matches the rocks better. It's got the same kind of feel. For some reason, it just seems to match the rocks better. I just don't like the colour. And I'm not sure I can use the rocks without that texture. It is better. It is. I don't like it. And I'm not even saying it's not a good texture. I feel like I'm at the beach. The other thing is it looks so sandy. I'm going to be wondering why I'm not leaving footprints. I'm sorry. I'm not a lover, which is a shame. Does he have an LOD? Cars, big texture pack. Right. No, that really. Let's just have one last look without the desert. The white lines would have had aesthetic to it. Do you think Poco Bueno on top of this? Oh no, Poco Bueno replaces rocks as well, doesn't it? Doesn't Poco Bueno replace rocks? I mean, what we could try is Poco Bueno on top of NMC. Yeah, footprints in the sand would be kind of cool, but you need to check UE. Right, so this is NMC's again, and I'm sorry, it's nicer. However, yeah, I prefer this, but again, there is that mismatch. There's that slight mismatch in the rocks. I think I could live with it, though. I think I could live with it. I do like these rocks. I really do like the rocks. Yeah, okay. So then the other option, of course, is, yes, definitely, Poco Bueno. Okay, so the full pack. Now, in actual fact, there's a higher res version of this, Ojo Bueno, I believe, but it has lots of separate files to download, which just takes a little longer. This is going to take not that long to download. Actually, should be. How big is it? It's only half a gig. Right. So then, what I'll do is I'll remove UEs for the time being. Is it UE or EWI or EWI or anyone know? How long do you get tired of looking at rocks and it gets to be not needed? It doesn't work like that, mate. You get tired of looking at the rocks after about 10 seconds. But they become needed because if you remove them, you'll never be able to stop looking at the crappy rocks. That's how good mods work. Good mods, you install them, and after a little while, you forget you're using them until you uninstall or play vanilla game, and it drives you nuts. So, there you go. Oh god, it's slowed again. It has slowed. What is it? Okay, I'm going to take a quick 3-4 minute break. You know, to the little boy's room. Perhaps grab a coffee. You may all do the same. Feel free to, talk amongst yourselves. Back soon. Okay, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I think it just downloaded. I think. Thank you. Nope. Follow Vegas. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Does Mod Organizer work for Fallout New Vegas now? This I did not know. No, it didn't get. No, really? Paused? How paused can you be? Oh, no! No, back to 0. Really? We're at 0%? No. Okay. Fine. Download it manually. Safer bet. I wonder what that problem is. It can't be disk space, so who knows? Is there a new version? Okay. I have a link with some pages with pics of terrain in and around Nevada. Can I Bing pic link? You're going to have to ask Naf. Actually, no, I don't think Naf knows. We'd have to ask Isaac. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what Bing pic is, and I don't know if it's whitelisted. Probably can get it whitelisted, but I'm not totally sure. Let's have a look. I might be able to do it, but I don't think I'll be doing it now. So, NMM is a nightmare to use when you are trying out a lot of different mods. Oh my, oh my. Dark Sun, Dark Sun, Dark Sun. You must be fairly new to modding. Because once upon a time, in the long, long far ago, we used to do all this without any mod organizers. And these little tiny problems you see me having now are absolutely nothing compared to the nightmares we had before mod organizers. It was absolutely atrocious. You got something wrong? You had to go back to a backup copy of your data folder if you'd made one. So, will you be adding Nevada Skies to the Let's Play? I don't actually know. Maybe a weather mod. It's possible. It's possible. Why not, I suppose. Poco... Oh, do you believe this? Just before it last time it crashed, Poco Bueno actually managed. Good grief. So, yes to mod. Yes to mod. Manual modding. Yeah. I mean, people complain about Nexus Mod Manager, and honestly, it just makes me laugh. Yeah, it's got its problems. Yeah, it misses some features things that I miss from Fallout Mod Manager. Human skeleton. Go on then. I mean, there are some things but it just shows you how far we've come. It shows you how far we've come that Nexus Mod Manager annoys people. There you go. Right, let's try this out. This is Poco Bueno. But don't get me wrong. I mean, I use Nexus Mod Manager all the time. It certainly isn't the best, I think, for power users. But the fact that it integrates with Nexus, which is one of the biggest, which is the biggest modding site out there and has most of the great mods, just makes it really easy for people who are very, very new to modding to get in. Has it changed? Has the floor changed? The floor's changed, hasn't it? Things look a little... Okay. Okay, so... I think the NMC textures are slightly higher quality. But then this is Poco Bueno. Poco Bueno is the small version. Is this... How realistic is this then? I'm waiting for... Right, here's a couple of the things I can tell you about Tapiox textures. I really do prefer Dot Mitchell's house with Tapiox. This is one of the ones I always did notice. When using MMC, I do like the Tapiox texture here. And I have to be honest, I sort of prefer the road. I do. I sort of prefer the road. Now, he changes the car textures quite a lot. For those of you that don't know, this is a texture pack that was... Now, this really can't be blamed on Tapiox, I suppose, because this is a mod, and it's used textures. I believe the mod author was using NMC's textures when he built it. Okay, use pictures or... Let me have a look at it then. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, so... Then, looking at the picture of the Mojave, the ground on this one looks pretty realistic. But the rocks are not red enough. So, if anything, we need something that makes the rocks... Alright, well then that probably means we can install... Oh, look at... Nah, but look at the LOD. Look at the LOD. Look at that. Watch it. When it pops in, it's going to look fine. But until now, look at it. Look how bad that is. Yeah. That was pretty bad. Yeah, this is a mixed bag for me. I have to say, I like Tapiox's ground texture. I do like the ground texture. Can you turn Dynavision off? Yes, I can. When looking at textures, that is probably not a bad suggestion. I want it off. Where's off? Where's... Oh, yeah, no, right, okay. I believe I have to do that from the MCM now, don't I? Yes. Dynavision. Lights, camera, camera. Depth of field. Oh, right, really? Oh, no. I'm being a doofus. Can you believe I... Okay, did I just break? I do that sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to imagine that I'm the one who made this mod, isn't it? There you go. So Yui's rocks with this pack, maybe. But here's the other thing, though. I feel like I've broken the menu. I've broken the menu. I've broken the menu. Brilliant. Good God, Chrome's having a fit, isn't it? That's what I don't like about Chrome. Chrome just, it's a massive hog. Right, now, here's the thing. I feel that comparing NMC to Poco Bueno is not, strictly speaking, very fair. Because Poco Bueno is his smaller, optimized versions, performance versions, and I'm using NMC's maximum stupidly monster-sized versions. I really should be using the Ojo Bueno. And the advantage to the Ojo Bueno is it comes in packs. So, for example, I can have objects, architecture, environment. So this is terrain, sand, mud, dirt, vegetation. I'll download it manually. Roadways. For example, if we like the roadways, we can have that. Because these textures are much larger, I believe. I may be wrong. I may not be completely right on that, but they are larger. Firefox. Firefox is pretty good, actually. Firefox is pretty good. My browser of choice when developing. Although, to be honest with you, one of the younger developers, the last firm I worked for, ended up convincing me that Chrome was a pretty good development browser to use as well. Right, okay, yes, no, I've got a... Ojo bueno environment. Oyo bueno. No, Oyo bueno means good eye, I believe. It's Spanish, and my Spanish is fairly bad. And it's a nod to MGE, who is a long-time modder and friend of Tapiox and mine. And his name is, well, his nickname is My Good Eye. Roadways. Okay, so environment. Estimod. Estimod. Okay. Where was the other one? Environment, roadways. Well, where's the roadways then? All right, we don't need the roadways. Let's just try the environment first and see what we're looking at. IE isn't even a browser. Of course it's a browser. I've never ever managed to understand browser. I know what you'd call them, fetishists. I remember the first videos I ever made. I decided to use Internet Explorer as the browser of choice for two reasons. One, it was the only browser I hadn't used for something else, because I used Firefox for all my work-related stuff and Chrome for all my personal stuff. And when I'm at work, I use Internet Explorer for client stuff because clients all use that. Okay, so this is the same sort of texture pack, except it's left all the buildings using NMC. He's sending me messages. NMC's textures on everything except the ground and, of course, the rocks. And these textures are slightly higher quality. So this, for example, the building here, that is NMC's. The road is NMC's, the buildings are NMC's, the cars are NMC's, but the ground is Tapiox. That's the Oco Bueno. There you go. So how does that look then? I mean, the ground, so you've got NMCs for everything except the environment. I'm quite liking that. Right, now let's install UIs. So yeah, we were talking about browsers. Yeah, so not the environment. Rocks. A lot of the customers used Internet Explorer, so that was the one I was used to demonstrating for people. So it was the natural choice of browser to demonstrate to basically people I was treating similar to customers, people wanting to learn stuff. The second reason was I just didn't use it for anything else, which meant it was completely blank, which is a good idea. And people went nutty. Oh my God, there's an Internet Explorer. It's a browser, for God's sake. You open it, you surf a website, you leave. Oh, but it's so crap. It's so useless. It browses. What are you doing on the internet that needs God knows what? Oh, it doesn't have plugins. I don't care. I browse websites. www.readsomething.com. And then I go. I mean, I use the development tools for some of the browsers because I need to see what's going on under the hood. But, I mean, you know, I just don't get it. I don't get why people loathe and detest it. So, all right, here we go. Move. We have got Tapiox's ground textures, Ui's rock textures. You know what? That's working. That's kind of working. Or is that just wishful thinking? Does the ground sort of suit the rocks kind of nicely now? Oh, MG, what the hell is that? Is that a problem with one of the texture packs, or is that just a problem with Bethesda's appalling... Yeah, all right. So because we've got a mixture here. Then we've got Tapiox's textures on the ground, Yui's on the rocks, and then MC's on everything else. What about the road? Do we prefer NMCs? Here's the thing: when a road has been left to rot, does it get all rough and flaky, like Tapiox, or does it look like this, all shiny and kind of like it's been melted? In the desert, it's probably shiny and melted, isn't it? Here's the thing. Somebody sent me a picture of the Mojave Desert. And here's what I can tell you. The ground looked like it was this colour. But the rocks kind of looked like that. They looked red. So they were like red rocks and then this sort of very pale ground with patchy green and brown. It was... Needs more saturated lighting mod. Oh, hello, how are you doing, Mr. Cobb? Very well preserved. Somebody who's been sat there for several months under the baking sun. All right, you know what? I'm liking this. All right, so that we like the road texture as well. Try other places than Good Springs. Good point, very good point. Definitely good point. Have I got anything that's a bit... Ooh. Mind you, a lot of these places won't make any difference. Right, let's try the gun runners. I like this one. A lot of these places won't look any different because they won't have any of this terrain. So, okay. Again, we've got... Yeah, this is not that much different because, I mean, although you've got Tapiox's ground textures, it's... Oh, you know what? I think his ground texture here is sharper. If he's redone that, or that could just be my imagination. But that just somehow looks more bumpy. Right. I like the combination. Yeah, I'm with you on this actually. I'm kind of with you on this. This is a seemingly good combination, isn't it? World map. Where else? Where else would be good? Jacobstown. Here's the thing. I can't go to Jacobstown. Can't even fast travel there. Not discovered it. Trading post. All right. Oh god, those rocks pop. Still, it's almost aggressive how those rocks are so much better quality than the land behind them. You see what I mean? When you look at the land is so smooth. Oh, God. Yeah, so the brick rubble did in fact pop a lot more. Alright, I thought it wasn't my imagination, but there you go. Oh, that is nice. Look at that. But again, the close one looks perfect. Just love it. There's a really good mix of textures there. But the distant terrain ones, mind you, if you spend any amount of time looking at the distant terrain in Fallout, you're going to be nauseated anyway.
That should keep the powder gangers away.
Alright, I'm thinking, as long as we don't look at the LODs, this is the right mix.
Prim has a new sheriff.
And
that should keep the powder gangers away.
I don't think there's any mix that's going to make the LOTs look that good. And you generally don't. You generally spend most of your time looking at the ground or going, oh, I'm liking this. I'm glad I tried the Ojo Bueno textures instead of the Poco Bueno because I do think there's a noticeable difference. The ground seems to have more of a rough, gravelly feel. I might be wrong. It could be placebo effect. But it just feels it. So, okay. There we go. Gopher, would you make your mods like Unified HUD MO compatible? Don't know. I'm not totally sure it's possible. Does MO use a C# scripting engine? Because if not, the answer is pretty much no. You would have to make a completely new Dusty Distance mod. My guess is what the Dusty
It's good to
Distance
hear that
mod
Prim has
does
accepted our law.
is... Let's have a... It's something like that. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Instead of using Dynavision now to put the blur on, well, I am still using Dynavision, but instead of dynamic depth of field, now what I've set is a static depth of field, and you'll notice the distant terrain is blurred, but the close terrain is not. You know what? That probably works better, doesn't it? With a game as crappy as this, blurring the distant terrain. Have you completely stopped making mods? No, and I am trying to get more time. I've got a lot of things on my backlog, on my wish list. What do you guys reckon? What do you reckon? Instead of dynamic depth of field, just stick with the static. I mean, it makes everything blurry, but in actual fact, let's face it, everything at distance looks crap anyway. Why worry? Okay. I'm seeing more texture issues. Now this can't be anything's fault, I don't think, because that's NMC's texture. So the static depth of field, let's see. You've still got good visibility for sniping. I mean, let's face it, I can read that sign down there. That's the maximum sniping distance.
Hey.
It is blurry. I mean, I got to admit, it's very blurry. You can of course change it to say high or medium. Because let's face it, the things that are blurred now look crap anyway. So, I mean, I don't think people are actually going to be looking at the distant terrain. I think, you know, you guys will probably have to remind me on the Let's Play, because I'm probably going to forget it. But I might turn it down to Horizon Clean Medium or something. The only problem there is, of course, you lose that depth of field feeling you get when talking to NPCs and the like. So, you know, when you walk up to someone and talk to them and you get that depth of field which really focuses on them. So, yeah. So anyway, we'll think about it. It's kind of a shame I can't have both. You know what? I've often considered I might be able to simulate the effect. I might be able to simulate the effect by... Yeah, you know what? I've actually got some thoughts for this. I might actually get that. Okay, MO support phone mod files and C#, but it can't detect installed mods and files. Then I cannot really do a lot with it. So, all right, we've done texture mods. We've spent way longer on texture mods than I'm comfortable with, actually. But I actually think we've progressed quite a lot. We did the first person one. What else was I going to try? I tell you what I wanted to try. Helpless falling. Something to do with if you fall large distances, you can't control yourself. So, you know, if you jump down a cliff, you don't go... Yeah, I want to have a quick try of that. I don't know why that sounds fun. Well, it doesn't sound fun. It sounds really annoying. But, hey, you guys know me. Why can't you use Dynavision DOS with the static one? Because the game only allows one depth of field... one depth of field filter to be applied. But what I could actually do is give Dynavision a maximum distance so that it never gets to the point where it looks at the distant terrain. So even if you're looking at the distant terrain, it focuses as if you were looking, I don't know, 200 meters away. That would mean you never lose the depth of field on the mountains. That should be fairly doable. And it would sort of mimic the idea that you always have the static depth of field. Alright, so... Lose the distance, you'll probably die. Yeah, I probably will. I'll live. I mean, well, I won't, but you know what I mean. I'll reload. Okay. Please make that. Yeah, no, I think I will. And to be honest with you, I think I can do the same for Skyrim Dynavision as well. And then you know. Okay, so the idea here is, as I'm stepping off things, I won't be able to like move sideways or something. Don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. Nope, nope, not feeling it. Skyrim is very limited compared to FNV Dynavision. Isn't that because of Skyrim's engine? What do you mean by limited? Oh god, that does look nice. That really looks nice. But I'm not feeling this fall thing. Am I just not falling far enough? Because if I fall much further, I will die. Which will make this mod fairly useless. It will mean, if you're about to die, you won't be able to control where you're moving. Go off a bridge. Okay, thanks. Are we mod testing or messing around here? You can't be that experienced at modding because pretty much you just described the same damned thing. That's what you do. Right, I'll have to test this on something. I'll have to tweak my mod so I don't take as much fall damage and try it out. Before we go, because we don't have long left, I want to try Firefly guns. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Firefly. If you've not, do yourself a favour and watch Firefly. It's only half a season and it's utterly superb. Right, so apparently there's a version of this that puts a chest in Deadwind Caverns. No idea where Deadwind Caverns is, but we're going to try and find it. So, we have to install this and this. This says it's version 1.6. How can that be version 1.6? I think this was numbered incorrectly, but I may be wrong. Okay, so we got a chest now that's in... Never heard of what? The cavern? I'm not sure. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. You've never heard of Firefly? Firefly is just... It's one of those series that you know it's cancelled when you start watching, so you're expecting it to be crap, even though everyone says to you, no, it's not, it's brilliant, go watch it. And you're into the second episode and you just can't believe it's been cancelled, even though you know it's been cancelled. It's like... It is... Yeah, and of course there is the Serenity movie. It's the only TV series that was cancelled halfway through the first season, only to find a... Okay. So someone's got the address for me. SL Dead Wind Gavin. Thank you very much. That was very useful. What's a Firefly? Right. Oh, okay. Toggle God mode. Please tell me this works. Thank you for telling me that we... I has bullets. Okay, right. You've never heard of Firefly? Oh my god, really, just, I mean... Okay. Seriously though, the guy said he put it here because you might find it a little too difficult to get to the other place he put it in. Was this his idea of a joke? Was this his idea of going, ha 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 ha? You thought the other place was hard to get to. Okay. Well, where is it? This is going to take me hours. Yeah, you like that, you want that, you don't worry. I am not going to run out of bullets. Seriously, where did you put it? Yeah. I don't suppose any of you guys know where the hell this thing is? No? Oh, really? Out of my way, people. Thank you. Okay. Can anybody help me out? It's at the end of the cavern. It would be, wouldn't it? Oh, you know what? I should have just... God. You know what? I'm installing the normal version. Can someone get me the console command to get to... Where the hell was it? Because that's ridiculous. It's going to take me forever and it's going to be in the dark. It's supposed to be in the Alliance Provisional Base in Searchlight Airport. Get the COC command for Searchlight Airport for me. Thank you. While I install it. Because it was bloody annoying. Yes, the mod. No clip until you find it. Okay, that might have been a good idea too. You really still have to kill a bunch of things. You know what? Give me a sec. Right. Okay. Select none. Firefly guns. Let's cheat. Let's bloody well cheat. Okay, so what have we got? Mal's gun, which is 000DBB. Jane's gun, 0010A0. And for those of you who don't know, Jane is actually a man. 0021DF. Zoe's mare's leg. I'm not that interested in that one, but I'll look at it anyway. Zoe's engraved mare leg. Let's not worry about that. And Firefly. No, we don't care about that one. Right, there we go. Cheating to get a cheat. Yes. And what plugin ID was it? It was 72. There you go. Cheating leads to more cheating. Yes. Seriously, really, buy Firefly or get it or somehow watch it. It is Cowboys in Space, and it sounds like the dumbest thing you've ever heard of in your life. You'll be like, Cowboys in Space? Are you kidding me? And you watch it, and it is the most reasonable thing you've ever seen, ever. And the characters are superb. The storytelling is amazing, and you will, if you're a sci-fi fan, you will agree. You will not be able to understand why it got cancelled. Right. Player.add item 72000DBB1 of. What was that? Frontier model. Okay. So 0010A0. Lamat 21D5. Callahan 4 bore, and then the mare's leg, which was 49F5. Well, that was a little easier, wasn't it? Right, let's have a quick look. So, Callahan for full bore auto lock Vera. Really? No, that's not what I wanted. Although, okay, that's a little too goofy. That is. That's not what I wanted. What I was looking for was the Lamat, the Frontier Model B mare's leg. There's another one. I'm missing another one. I'm missing another one. The mare's leg is pretty good, but I'm missing one of the pistols. If someone can, if anyone else can find it for me, which one I'm missing. This is the Frontier. Okay, that is pretty cool. It's pretty rusty looking, but Still very, very cool. How does it look in first? Oh, I've even got bullets for it. Okay. It's pretty slow firing. But it's pretty damned cool looking. Now, what damage does it do? 44. It... Whoa! My God! My big gun does 60. This... Mind you, look at the DPS. My big gun does 60 per shot, 166 DPS. This thing actually has less DPS, but look at the... It's got 99. That thing's like a one-shot killer. Oh, I like that. Oh, come on. That's... And this is a gun from a sci-fi program. Just... The Lamat. Now, this uses... Oh, this uses... Look at the damage. 96. 221 DPS. This thing... But then this is like the hunting revolver. If you've ever seen... Okay. If you've ever seen the hunting revolver, the damage it does, it's insane. Okay, whose gun was this? Oh. Well, this thing should be. This thing is using the same bullets you get from the hunting revolver or the medicine stick, for example. So this thing is literally a handheld rifle, isn't it? Looks pretty good, though. How is it in first person? Oh, my God. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it's not about whether there's any point from the damage point of view. The point is, look at it. Oh, God, the clipping of the armor's terrible. But it's just, it's awesome. It's a space cowboy gun. Oh, shoot something. What? Just everyone get really upset with me. Oh, God. Should I be terrified that that barely scratched him? Yeah, okay, my bad. Right. You love how the cylinder rotates when you fire. Okay, yeah. Okay, it does, yeah. Nicely spotted, nicely spotted. Right. Yeah, that is cool. There is one other, though. There is one other. Shoot the cow. They still get annoyed. Anyway, you could shoot the cow with a silenced pistol, it dies. Can I shoot Victor? Oh dear, that's terrible. Right, anyway, no, there's one missing. There's one missing, and I don't know which one it is. I'm not sure this game lets me alt tab, but let's try and find out. Images. So this was the Frontier B. That was the Frontier B. We tried that. That's pretty cool. We tried this. I believe this was Jane's gun. Was this Jane's gun? Yeah. Very nice. But there was another one. The Taurus. The Taurus. Which kind of looks similar to that one. But, all right. The Taurus. Let's have a look. Was there something called a Taurus? I'm not seeing it. Got to be honest with you. Autolock wasn't the one we wanted. Winchester. Would it be a Winchester? I'll tell you what. Let's... Or it's not that, is it? No, that looks like a dead. Well, it alters some of these things. I'm not sure I like that idea. I'll have to check it. Right. All right. We've got that one. We got that one. Callahan full board autolock. We already got. Mare's leg. We got that. So it's got to either be the Winchester 185. 1892, 185, I'm looking at the LSA, which is 00C951, or the LSA 85, and I don't think it's the LSA 85, to be honest. So which... I'm not totally convinced that's one of them. Caliber 44? Taurus 251... No, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to find this one. Okay, so I've got two new ones, which were the 720000951. Wrong. Too many zeros, I believe. Way too many zeros. Okay, 72 0 0 0 9 5. Then it wasn't a 0, that was a C. My handwriting is terrible. Yes. And then EBBA. EBBA. Yeah. I'm... So we got this. This is an assault rifle. They added this. This gets added as well. It's kind of cool, but not really interested. And then there's the Winchester, which I don't want. Oh, come on then. Where's... Got the Lamat. Brilliant. Like that. Got the Callahan full bore. Didn't like that. Didn't like that. No, I wasn't. No, look. Help command. Yeah, that's the, I mean that's really annoying. No, here's the thing: if the weapon isn't in the mod, it's not in the bloody mod. Go to COC Searchlight Airport and look for it. It won't be there if you can't find it in the... If you can't find it in here, it's not there. And we got everything. We got that. It's not going to be the plasma grenade, and unless it's he's changed one of these, it's not there, which is odd. Taurus. Huh. Help Taurus 0. I don't think that works in Fallout. I might be wrong, but I don't think that works. Nope. It's actually an SA85I98A2 rifle. Maybe you're using the wrong version. It is. That is distinctly possible, isn't it? Yeah. If you can't find it through the cheat, you can't find it. Right. So, and that is the question then. Did I? Version 1.2 is only available through this update. I got version 1.1, and I put version 1.2 in. However, to be honest with you, I think we've seen enough, and it is now 10 past 10. We're late. Either way, I like... Oh, what? Really? Stop it. Do you want to open the trace log? No, I do not. I want you to stop crashing. That's what I would like you to do. Oh, that's because I got this open, probably. Yes, that's right. Don't uninstall things that you've got open in FNV Edit, just so you know. Right, yeah, so... I actually think that still looks brilliant. I'm not sure I'm ever going to get out to that neighborhood, which is unfortunate. Which is very unfortunate. I wish you could find these guns somewhere closer and not in the Deathclaw cave, because I'm not going in there. So I will have a look at that, and I will give some thought to perhaps, you know, basically making my own little add-on that puts it out in the world, perhaps makes it on the leveled lists, or makes it a buyable item. I mean, it's very powerful. Let's face it. It is ridiculously powerful. Probably the most powerful handgun in the game. It does slightly more damage than the hunting pistol. I know there's a named hunting pistol. I don't know how much that does, but it looked like that weapon did pretty much about as much damage as any pistol in the game could. Which is great, which is brilliant, you know, and I much prefer the look of those to the hunting pistol. The hunting pistol looks a little goofy to me, so if I had to choose between those and a hunting pistol, I would. So maybe it is good that you have to find them at that airbase, and it does give me something to look forward to, I suppose. So, yeah. Right, anyway, yes, that is it. I didn't get through all the mods I was going to try, and I was expecting some suggestions from you guys. But as you see, it can actually take a long time to test things. You don't just sort of take 5 minutes testing things. You have to look at things, try different scenarios. The Ranger Sequoia, that's right, yes. And it just takes a lot of time. So, anyway, Damn Gopher, you have an anti-material rifle with explosive rounds. Why are you afraid of Deathclaws? Because I'm not stupid. It's kind of, you know, having a very big rifle that can possibly kill one Deathclaw with one shot is all very good. But when there are like 20 of them and you're in an enclosed space, I'm not 100% sure that's going to go very well. You have to remember, Deathclaws will one-shot me. They will kill me if they get within range. If I'm lucky, I might survive too, but it's unlikely. So there you go. There is no unique hunting revolver. The Ranger Sequoia is issued to most of the NCR veteran rangers. Oh, is it just a slightly better hunting revolver? I'll take your word for it. Anyway, so these weapons match that, I think so. Right, I will see you guys next. Let me just have a look. What are we doing? Friday is the next plan. And I'm going to be playing XCOM. That is what I'm going to be playing, XCOM. And of course, if you're not interested in watching me play, but you're interested in watching me mod test Skyrim next week, and hopefully find even more interesting mods. And thank you for joining Titanfall. Maybe I'm gonna have to check. I might play some Titanfall. I might even check if ESO is up. But I'm actually more in the mood for Titanfall, so I may play Titanfall very, very soon. And is it something I should stream if I do? If I do. Whatever. Anyway, I will catch you guys next time.